Hi, this is Mouse. I'm going to be demonstrating how to restrain her for a jugular. So first I'm going to put her in sternal, which she is already in, but I will put her up against my body, not scruffing, but holding where I would scruff, unless she really struggles. So having her right up against my body, I'm going to pull her feet to the end of the table. Okay, just like this. And then I'm going to switch hands. So with this hand, I'm going to do a C grip, my thumb on top, 2 fingers on the mandible. You can't really see, but that's how I'm doing it. And then I'm going to take this hand, go underneath the elbows, and I'm going to pull them off the table. I'm going to pull, and using 1 finger in between the paws, I have a straight cat. See? And getting out is just as easy. I'm going to let go of her paws, scruffing, and pulling her back on. And that is restraining for a jugular. There you go. I'm sorry. In that clip, you could see when I held her head up, I wouldn't usually be holding it up right there. I'd be holding it up at the end of a square table. But I didn't have a cameraman to show it, so I had to show the camera somehow. Anyways, in that clip, you could see all my fingers were covering her neck, and usually it wouldn't be like that. Usually it'd just be the 2 on the mandible. But since I was holding her in a weird position to show the camera, I had to hold her whole head. Otherwise, I would have had the 1 thumb on the top of the head, and then the 2 fingers on the mandible, not in the way of the jugular. Hi, this is Mouse. I'm going to be placing her in lateral recumbency and holding her there. So first I'm going to put her in a light scruff. Well, before I scruff her, I'm just going to hold her there, just in case. Now I'm going to lightly scruff her. I'm going to use a 3-finger method and grab right here at her elbows. And I'm going to do a little flip. I'm going to let go of the scruff because there's no need to hold unless she starts freaking out. And there are 2 ways of holding her there. There is, well, she seems to be doing fine here, but if she was a fairly, more aggressive cat, I would put her bum up against my body and I would do the stretch with a scruff and stretch her. Or she seems to be pretty calm, so I would switch my hands, which she does not seem to like, and I will hold this foot and push it up and put her up against my body. And that is how you put a cat into lateral recumbency and hold them there. Hi, this is Marco, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to restrain her for a cephalic blood draw. She seems to be pretty calm right now, so we're going to try it one way without the burrito wrap. So first I'm going to grab underneath her elbow. And with my other hand, I'm going to do the C grip, the 2 fingers under the jaw, and 1 finger on the head, and then now she's restrained. Before they draw the blood, I will hold off on the vein. She can breathe, don't worry. I will hold off on the vein and turn so it is in a dorsal position. And once they are done, I will let go, but won't let go of the leg, and I will either hold off or they will bandage it. And that is how you do a cephalic hold on a cat. Hello! This is Mouse. I'm going to be wrapping her up in a towel. So first I'm going to put it over the paws and have it tight around the neck here. Keeping it tight, I'm going to put one side around and then the other. Not so tight that she's choking, but tight enough to hold her. And for safe measures, I'm going to use another towel. And she does have her feet loose, but it is better than nothing because she's kind of an angry cat. So now that she's all wrapped up, the vet can now check out her teeth, her ears, her eyes, do whatever they want with her, and she can't get out. Hi, I'm going to be demonstrating how to pill a cat. This is Loki in his favorite box. So first, I'm just going to get right at it. I'm going to be using the same method I would as I would with a dog. Going to be using the lips as a layer in between the teeth and my fingers. Going to lift, open from the side, because that's the easiest place to open, and shove her down with my index finger. So I'm going to stand him up and put him up against my body. He's fairly relaxed. No, I'm sorry. You can go to your box after. So, George. So I'm going to put cats have a tendency to back up. So I'm going to put his bum up against me, and we're going to do this. It's okay. It's okay. When I get the pill in, I am going to shut the mouth and do uneven blows on his nose to try to get him to swallow. And if he still doesn't, I'm going to give his throat a good rub to also try and encourage him. And to make sure he has the pill down, I'm going to open his mouth and take a little look. And it's down. Good boy. I would also like to add that if you're using a pillar, which is 10 times easier, you go in from the side of the mouth where it's easiest to open, and you just shove her in, press the button. I do not have one of those, so I can demonstrate that, but it makes it a lot easier than doing it with your hands. I'm going to be demonstrating how to pick a cat up off the floor properly, holding them and then placing them on the exam table. So this is Mouse. First, when you pick up a cat, you want to pick them up by the chest, like underneath the arms kinda, not by the belly, because that would be super uncomfortable. So personally, when I pick up a cat, if I have both hands, I like to do it from the chest and the butt, just as kind of more support, but that's just me. So just like that. And when I am holding her, I'm going to place her on my hip, like that. Oh my God. So she's clearly enjoying this. So I'm going to have to do the 3-finger method, since she's struggling a bit, as you can see, with my 1 finger in between. And to place her on the table, she's getting pretty mad, so I'm going to hold her where I may scruff and just see how it goes. So I'm going to place her down, up against my body. I'm going to scruff. And there she is, down on the exam table. Mouse! Let's give it another try. Dudes! Okay. Okay. Schmooze, come back. Mouse! It's okay. You're fired. You're fired. Okay, I'm done with her. George! Oh my God. Okay, okay. George. She's a fairly fractious cat. She hates me, as you can tell, but I'm going to try to demonstrate how to pick her up off the floor properly, hold her, and place her on the exam table. So I'm going to put her on the floor first. Okay, just stand. Stand. Okay, so when you're picking a cat up, you want to pick them up by the chest, like in this area, not by the belly, because like that would be super uncomfortable. So you pick them up. You pick it up. I'm terribly sorry. And you pull and place it on the hip. Ow! And she's pretty comfortable here. Personally, when I pick them off the floor, I like to hold them by the chest and and now I'm going to place her on the exam table. Ow! Like, if this were in a veterinary clinic, she would be wearing a cat mask and probably would be in a burrito right now. But, like, seriously, if any other person in the world, even a total stranger, was holding George right now, she wouldn't even care. But it's me, and she hates me, so this is why she acts this way. So now I'm going to place her on the... Just let me hold you. Just let me. Okay, so when you put her down, she's very fractious. So I'm just going to put her down on her feet. And then to hold her for an exam, I'm definitely going to be scruffing somehow. Just give me your freaking... Okay. So I am scruffing. And I'm just gonna let her calm down. And there you go.